The Mi Box S arrives at slightly lower price than its predecessor, which is another good sign. Okay, few words about what you get in terms of hardware for that money. While Xiaomi does not disclose this officially, it is powered by the S905X processor by Amlogic, widely used with many other TV boxes, but is unfortunately not the latest and greatest from the product line. The TV box is equipped with 2GB DDR3 RAM, 8GB storage, and arrives with Android 8.1 out of the box. For connectivity besides the Bluetooth, you can count on DTS HD and Dolby Surround Sound, HDMI 2.0, a USB port, remote controller with voice commands, and embedded Chromecast. There is HDR support, however limited to HDR10 only. So, if you have a TV supporting any of these technologies, your experience might be quite great. But while the hardware is apparently not too bad, it's fair to say that the Mi Box S, which was initially planned to be Mi Box 4, is not much more than what the predecessor offers in terms of hardware. Actually, if you think that the Mi Box 4 would be an upgrade, you would be rather disappointed because there wouldn't be any notable performance boost. Obviously, the hardware is nothing too spectacular and doesn't feel as powerful as some of the trendy Chinese non-Google certified TV boxes, but packed within just $60, it is remarkable what the software of this body can offer. So yes, the second major reason to get a Mi Box S is the software. It's the Android TV flavor, meaning that this device is actually running an image of Google's Android system, which is certified. You don't have to worry about shady apps, unknown services, bloatware or whatsoever. It is arriving with version 8.1 out of the box, a nice step up compared to the competition, and here are the most interesting bits of it. We're starting with the launcher, and this is the default look of that launcher. And unless you're a super enthusiastic Android modder, you're stuck with this design for the time being of using the TV box. It is actually not bad. You can partially customize it, not as customizable as your average phone launcher, but looks good, has no bloat, and works fast. Most of the time, if an app is working and you leave it in the background, there will be a notification in the main section allowing you to execute some basic controls, like while TuneIn is streaming an online radio for you, you can stop the playback without having to go back to the app. You can do it right from the home screen. The settings menu is well organized and is aligned according to the Android TV standards, giving you control over the entire operating system. You can adjust Wi-Fi settings, the display and the sound, the Bluetooth devices and so on. Everything is well understandable, grouped in a way that makes good sense. Adding a Bluetooth gamepad worked just fine within seconds, even though we talk about quite an old Xiaomi model. I noticed that switching to the 4K interface, it will stress the box a bit, and it was the only resolution that did show occasional lags and hiccups from time to time. If I was running 1080p at 60Hz, I've never noticed frame skipping or the interface slowing down. Concerning Play Store, there's no need to mention the amount of apps you can download, and still a big majority of these are for free. Using USB devices is quite easy too, and unlike Fire TV Stick, using external media with the Mi Box S is quite well working. The device is good even for gaming, not as powerful as the Nvidia Shield TV, but still good enough for games like Asphalt, Real Racing, even PUBG. If you're wondering what's the difference in terms of performance here between the Mi Box S and Nvidia Shield TV, for instance, 30,000 is the score of Mi Box S, and the Nvidia's device gets 130,000, which is quite a dramatic difference, but in real-time scenarios, you wouldn't really feel that much of a difference in terms of performance. Being Google certified leads to the third major selling point, and that's of course content streaming, especially of content in Full HD and 4K. Among the biggest strengths of that TV box, and something that non-certified devices cannot offer, and you may verify that using the app DRM Info, is the Widevine Level 1 certification, which is needed for HD streaming of Netflix, for instance. YouTube is promoting or installing extra modules or going for some deeper config items. Not at all, it comes right out of the box. Since I mentioned the keyword Netflix, at the end of 2018, Netflix claimed to have around 150 million active subscribers, and Xiaomi played very smart here. While Netflix have no official TV box, it looks like the Mi Box S really wants to be that one. It wants to be the preferred choice for Netflix customers. And just look closely at the remotes. There's a big Netflix button which immediately calls the Netflix service app. And yeah, the remote controller arrives as the fourth main reason to get the Mi Box S. There's one more big feature to highlight. Open Play Store.
Opening Google Play Store.
Voice control. There's a dedicated button launching Google Assistant. Instead of typing long names and titles with this not so convenient software keyboard, just say them and they will show right away. Just to make sure you didn't miss that, dedicated Netflix button and dedicated Google Assistant button available at just one click away. When I saw this remote for the first time, I thought, well, I like the older version better, but now the more I use it, the easier it gets, and I can say having the voice options is quite comfortable to navigate even without an Air mouse. Number 5 is the embedded Google Chromecast, and here's a simple example how streaming from your mobile would work. Just open YouTube, you will notice this icon at the top of the video. It's gonna give you the chance to stream it to the device called Mi Box 4, which is the other name of the Mi Box S. Extremely convenient and useful, and one of the big differences between this TV box and the non-certified Android devices. Videos, photos, this is a very quick, good working and reliable way to share content on your TV and make it visible for everyone in the room. It will be available for every person connected to the Wi-Fi without the need to install any additional apps. So yeah, quite a remarkable fifth reason to buy the Mi Box S. Since this video is about the top 5 reasons to buy the Mi Box S, I didn't really talk about any of the disadvantages, and certainly there are such. I actually had serious issues with the Wi-Fi for the first time setup. So yeah, that's certainly something to be mentioned, especially with the initial firmware of this TV box. In case you found some other issues that are worth mentioning, please share it with everybody in the comments right below the video. I'm gonna finish like that. If you need a nice, cute, well-working TV box which supports streaming of 4K of YouTube, Netflix and so on, yes, the Mi Box S for $60 is quite a great choice. If you already have the Mi Box 3 in its international version, I don't see many reasons why you should want to upgrade. So keep it as it is and wait for the next generation. If you want stock Android with all the customization options and tons of apps and you don't care about streaming options, right now there are very affordable, cheap Chinese TV boxes with way better CPUs of a current generation. For gaming and Netflix, I think the only option right now is the NVIDIA Shield. Of course, much more expensive. A few times more expensive than the Mi Box S. Well, that's been everything about this episode. Don't forget to help me. Which are the disadvantages of Mi Box S? Comments below. For all the products I've talked about, you're going to find more information and links in the description right below the video. And now you tell me, did you learn something useful? There's a like button, dislike button respectively, a share button to show this to your friends. Concerning myself, wishing you a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers!